Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you know, Easter is coming and I found a few recipes that I wanted to try out and maybe share with you guys so you could try them as well and enjoy this Easter. And I found this old recipe book online, and actually we had that book at our home a long time ago, but it somehow got lost. Probably someone borrowed it and never came back to us. And I found a recipe for Easter babka with almonds, and the book is from 1930, so quite old, and the recipes that I found there was quite surprisingly complex and I really wanted to try them out. So today I'm trying out the babka recipe, and I'm going to start by proofing my yeast in milk. And here I have 250 milliliters of milk that I gently warm. It's just lukewarm, and I'm using quite a lot of dried active yeast because I'm using about 2 tablespoons, not totally full, because the recipe calls for 40 grams of fresh yeast. So I'm using dry active. It's quite hard to find fresh yeast these days. So I'm gonna mix them in with my milk. Gonna put them aside and prepare my flour. So this recipe comes in few stages. And first we're gonna make starter. So to make starter we need 250 grams of flour. Okay. And in with our flour we're gonna put our milk and yeast mixture. And here's my ready starter dough. Simply combined flour, yeast and milk. And the rest of the ingredients will come in the next stage. And the recipe simply says let it rise and doesn't specify for how long or how much it's supposed to rise, but I think I'm going to leave it for an hour as I usually do with my yeast dough, and then we're gonna go to the next steps. So as you can see, my starter has risen like crazy, and now I'm going to put it into my stand mixer bowl. And with my starter I need to add 100 grams of sugar, custard sugar, teaspoon of vanilla extract, vanilla bean paste actually I'm using today, but you can use vanilla extract instead. And I'm going to add a little bit of almond extract, and the recipe says nothing about it, but I guess it's because it wasn't there then at that time. So I'm adding about half a teaspoon of almond extract. And now I need to add to it 3 egg yolks, and I'm going to separate my egg yolks now. We are going to use the egg whites further in the recipe. And now recipe tells us to knead the dough for half an hour by hand, and of course I'm using my stand mixer to do the hard work for me. So I guess about 10 minutes should do the trick, and I'm going to knead it with the dough hook on. So this is how the dough looks like after 10 minutes of kneading. As you can see, it's really stretchy and beautifully smooth. There are next ingredients that I need to add, and that's 100 grams of ground almonds and 100 grams of really soft butter. So that goes in. And now I'm going to knead it for a few more minutes, just until everything is nice and combined. And while this is kneading, I am going to whip the egg whites to a stiff peaks. So my egg whites are whipped to a stiff peaks, and my dough is ready, nice and smooth. Now it's just a matter of combining these two and I'm going to do this in 2 steps. And when the first batch of egg whites is folded, I'm going to add the rest of them. And mix them in. And now when my batter is ready, I'm going to transfer it in greased and floured baking pan. When my dough's in, I am going to let it rise now for about half an hour until it's nicely puffed up, and after that I'm going to bake it. And here is my resin dough, and now it's ready to go to the 180 degrees Celsius oven for about 45 minutes or until the skewer inserted in it comes out clean. And here is my baked babka. I will give it a few minutes in the pan and then I will turn it out from the pan and cool it completely on the cooling rack before cutting into it. So here it is, guys, cooled down. I just sprinkled some powdered sugar on top of it and let me cut into it. It's still a little bit warm, and that shouldn't be a problem. So here it is, guys, this is how it looks like inside. It is still moist, very soft, and absolutely delicious. So go ahead, make it yourself and enjoy. See you in the next video. Bye!